Good morning, student. Today we are going to discuss about that particular sexual reproduction. We know that sexual reproduction, we already started this particular portion, but the remaining part that we have to discuss today. I already told you that sexual reproduction here, there should be a fusion of male and female gametes. We already discussed on this. Remaining part that we have to discuss. Then we also discuss about that the juvenile phase, juvenile and reproductive phase. After the completion of that particular juvenile phase, or this one is nothing but the vegetative phase, we already discussed about this. Juvenile and reproductive phase. After completion of vegetative or juvenile phase, there should be an onset of this particular reproductive phase. In some of that particular flowering plants, after the completion of vegetative phase, there should be an arising of this particular reproductive phase. Just like as in the case of the bamboo, only once in their lifetime they are going to produce the flowers. And in case of one of that particular plant, its name is Strobilanthes kuntiana, every after 12 years it may going to flower. So these all are nothing but some variation, these all are nothing but some exceptional cases are there. We are discussing about these particular animals in case of that particular non-primates like cows, buffalo, dogs. Here there should be an estrus cycle is there. That is the reproductive cycle that may going to be arise in a particular favorable season. That cycle, that reproductive cycle is called a estrus cycle, and such a type of that particular organism that may going to possess this estrus cycle are called as seasonal breeders. Seasonal breeders. Only they are going to carry out their reproduction in the favorable seasons. But in case of that particular primates, their reproductive phase active at every time, at every month, and that particular reproductive phase is called as menstruous cycle. And these particular organisms, they are active to all season, and they were called as continuous breeders. They were going to be called as seasonal, and these are nothing but the continuous breeders that we already discussed. Then we know that this particular sexual type of the reproduction gets studied in three different heads. One of them is nothing but the pre-fertilization events, then fertilization, and the third event is nothing but the post-fertilization events. Post-fertilization. This particular fertilization topic get discussed in three different events. So first of all, we are going to discuss about that particular pre-fertilization events. Some portion of this particular pre-fertilization event we also completed. Pre-fertilization events. In the previous class, we started this particular portion. In that we discussed that whatever it may be the fertilization process is there, prior to this particular fertilization, whatever is the events were going on, they may get considered as pre-fertilization event, and these all are nothing but the two pre-fertilization events are there. One of them is nothing but the gametogenesis. That means gametogenesis. Gametogenesis is nothing but the formation of gametes. Formation of gametes. In previous class, I told you that both male and female gamete get produced by their both parents, and for to carry out the gametogenesis process, meiotic division it must get carried out in diploid organisms. Suppose that the diploid organisms, those organisms which are diploid, in that meiosis carried out, and there should be a formation of gametes. If that particular organism is diploid, then meiotic division is necessary, and if that particular organism which is haploid, in that particular case, mitosis process get carried out and the gametes going to be produced are there. Gametes are always haploids in both that particular case. What it may be the organism is there, it may be a haploid or it may be a diploid, but the gametes are always haploid. If that particular organism which is haploid, as in the case of that particular most of the algae and in case of that particular bryophytes, plant body is haploid, and because of that by the mitotic type of the division gamete going to be produced. In case of that particular higher organisms, higher plants, the plant body is diploid, by the meiosis process gamete going to be produced and they are haploid. And these particular gamete going to be produced by that particular cell that is called as meiocytes. Meiocyte is nothing but the gamete producing cells, or the pollen mother cell you can say that, or the megaspore mother cell we can also say that. Then whatever it may be the gametes going to be produced, if they are morphologically similar, such a type of that particular gametes are called as isogametes. Gametes, both gametes are similar, and if that particular gametes are different, male is different, female is different in their morphological size and shape, they may going to be called as anisogametes. Gametes are different. As in the case of that particular humans, the male reproductive organ that is called as the sperm or antherozoid, and the female reproductive gamete that is called as egg or ovum. Just like as in the case of that particular Cladophora here. Then we also know that in case of that particular plants, sexuality whenever we discuss, in that particular case of that particular plant, some plants are bisexual, that means both male and female reproductive organs are present within that particular same flower or within that particular same flower, same plant. Such a type of that particular plants are called as monoecious. The best example as in the case of cucurbits, maize. In that case, male and female flower are different, but they are present on the same plant. And in case of that particular unisexual plants, such a type of that particular plants are called as dioecious. And the best example as in the case of papaya, date palm. In case of these particular animals, hermaphrodites. That means that particular organism is bisexual. That means male and female reproductive organ present on the same plant, and the best example is nothing but the earthworm. In this particular bisexual plant, we can also take the example of that particular Chiara. And in this particular unisexuality, in case of this particular lower cryptogams, the best example as in the case of that particular Markensia. Whenever you taken the example of this particular unisexual organism, the best example as in this particular case, that is nothing but the humans. The male and female are totally different. So this particular portion we already discussed. Now we have to discuss about this particular gametogenesis. In this particular pre-fertilization events, the first step, that is nothing but the gametogenesis, and the second step in this particular pre-fertilization event is nothing but the transfer of gametes or the gamete transfer. Look at this. What is the meaning of this one? Gamete transfer or the transfer of gamete. For to carry out the fusion of male and female gamete, both male and female gamete, they should come close together. How they get come close together? If they may going to be produced in a different reproductive organ, that is one of the question. So here is that wherever in case of this particular bisexual flower, suppose that we are taking the example of this particular pea, cotton. In that both male and female reproductive organs are present on the same flower and they showing the self pollination. That means within that particular same flower there should be a transfer of pollen grain. Pollen grain are that cell which may going to transfer the male gametes toward the female gametes. So in this particular case, no matter directly there should be a transfer of this particular pollen grain have been carried out. But whenever there should be a case of this particular unisexual plant, unisexual flower, the male flower that is called as staminate flower, and in case of this particular female flower that is called as pistillate flower. Suppose that male and female flower are different. At that particular time, the special mechanism of the transfer of pollen grain have been carried out, and that we call as pollination. Pollination which have been carried out by different agent, by living agent or by the non-living agent, no matter what it is the type of that particular pollination is there. But first of all, we have to discuss how that particular male gamete get transferred towards the female gamete. We know that in case of that particular oogamous type of the sexual reproduction, in the last class I told you that there are three different kinds of the sexual reproduction: isogamous, oogamous and anisogamous type of that particular sexual reproduction. The male gamete which may going to be transported from one place to another. In case of that particular algae, the male gametes are motile and the medium for to transport that particular male gametes is nothing but the water. Also in case of that particular pteridophytes and in case of bryophyte, the male gamete which is motile. But in case of that particular higher plants, the male gamete are transported through that particular pollen grain and male gamete get moved towards that particular egg through that pollen tube. That process is called as syphanogamy. Syphanogamy is nothing but the transfer of two non-motile male gamete towards the egg through pollen tube. The pollen tube that brings this particular two male gametes towards that particular egg. This is called as syphanogamy. In case of that particular animals, the special mechanism to transport that particular gametes have been evolved. Then, how that particular fertilization have been carried? So that one is nothing but the gamete transfer process. Now we have to discuss the next part of this particular sexual reproduction is nothing but this one is nothing but the first event. The second event in that particular case is nothing but the fertilization. So fertilization is nothing but the fusion of gametes. But here is that the fusion of gametes is called as syngamy. Syngamy, that is nothing but the first phase or the first step of this particular fertilization. Syngamy. Fusion of male and female gamete, that is the syngamy, and that is nothing but fertilization. So here is that fertilization. In different organisms, this particular fertilization taken place outside the body of that particular organism or inside the body. What is the medium of this particular fertilization or the fusion of male and female gamete going to be present there? On that basis, there are two different kinds of fertilization. One of them is nothing but the external fertilization. External fertilization, and another one is nothing but the internal fertilization. Internal. External and internal fertilization. In case of that particular algae, most of that particular algae, in case of that particular amphibians, fishes, bony fishes, you can say that. What happened? The male that may going to release their gametes within water, and female they may going to release their eggs within that particular water, and fertilization get carried out outside the body of that particular organism. That is called as external fertilization. In that case, there is a large wastage of male gametes and female gametes have been carried out. So here is that the chances of fusion of gametes is the least. But in higher organism, the fertilization is internal, and in that particular internal fertilization, the most chances of fertilization have been carried out, and there is a least wastage of male gametes and female gametes. In that particular case of internal fertilization, the male gamete number is very large, but the female gamete number got reduced to single one. But in case of this particular external fertilization, both male and female gamete, they may going to be produced in a larger quantity. To compensate the wastage of that particular thing, they should have to produce the large number of the gametes. Now, we have to discuss about the third step of this particular fertilization, that particular sexual reproduction, and that is nothing but the post-fertilization events. Post-fertilization event, look at this. Post-fertilization events. This is the last part of that particular sexual reproduction. After the syngamy, that means after the fusion of that particular gametes both are haploid. Gametes तो haploid होते हैं, both are haploid. So here is that the male gamete, which is haploid one, plus female gamete, which is also haploid one, they may going to be produce the diploid zygote. The zygote, which is diploid one. Zygote is the initial stage of the fertilization, or the initial cell of that particular fertilization, or the initial product of fertilization. No matter that particular organism, it may be a unisexual or a multicellular one, but all living organisms, they carried out their, or they started their life from a single cell, and that particular single cell is nothing but a zygote. We, the human beings, though we possess the million number of the cell, but still that we also started our life from a single cell, and that initial cell is nothing but the zygote. So after that particular fertilization, the post-fertilization event is going to be start, and in that particular case, embryogenesis process have been started. Embryogenesis. Now, how that particular embryogenesis have been carried out? Embryogenesis. What is the meaning of this particular embryogenesis, and how it is going to be carried out there? Embryogenesis. Embryogenesis is simple, nothing but the conversion of, or you can say that the formation of embryo from zygote. जो zygote तैयार हुआ है, from that particular zygote there should be a formation of embryo, and for to carry out that particular embryo formation within that particular zygote, there should be a cell division, and cell division is must. Cell division should be carried out, and cell differentiation have been carried out there. Cell differentiation. Cell differentiation. तो जाइगोट से एम्ब्रियो बनने के लिए दो स्टेप होना जरूरी है. वन ऑफ देम इज नथिंग बट द सेल डिवीजन, दैट अ सिंगल यूनिसेलुलर सेल गोइंग टू बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू अ मल्टीसेलुलर एम्ब्रियो, and then the cell going to be differentiated into a different organs. But here you see that in different organisms, that particular embryo which have been produced inside the body or outside the body. Look at this. If you observe the organism, you may get found that two different kinds of organisms are present. Post-fertilization events. Two different organisms are there. One of them is nothing but the oviparous. Oviparous. Egg-laying organisms. And another one is nothing but the viviparous. Young ones produced. जो ऑर्गेनिज्म अपने खुद के बच्चों को जन्म दे रहे हैं, they may going to be called as viviparous, and those organisms which going to produce the egg, and from that egg hatching or that particular incubation, then there should be a formation of the new individual. Such organisms are called as oviparous. So two different kind of the organisms are there. In this particular oviparous organism, what has happened that fertilized are non-fertilized egg protected into a calcareous shell and that should get released outside the body in a protected environment, calcareous shell which have been produced there. In many of that particular birds, reptiles, you can observe such a type of that particular calcareous shell which have been well protected to this particular egg, and from that particular egg incubation have been carried out, then hatching of that particular egg, and there should be a formation of new individual. But in case of this particular viviparous organism, directly inside the body of that particular female, there should be a development of embryo by the process of cell division and cell differentiation, and directly the young ones have been given birth to that particular young ones. So here in this particular case, where the viviparous condition is there, the survival chances of the new individual is maximum. But in case of this particular oviparous type of that, the survival chances of the new individual is very less, because at the same time huge number of that particular individuals going to be produced, and they may get predated, they may get eaten by some predators. Therefore, the number of that particular new individual going to be produced in a large number. But in viviparous, at a single time, 1 or 2 or 3 young ones have been given birth by that particular parents. What happened? In some of that particular organisms, just like honeybees, birds like turkey, in that case, from female gametes, which is applied directly, that is without fertilization, new zygote produced, and that converts into new individual. That is called as parthenogenesis. In case of that particular some organisms like honeybees, then birds, then monerans, in that particular case, without fertilization from a single female gamete, there should be a formation of new individual directly. That is called as parthenogenesis, and it is one of the type of that particular asexual type of reproduction. Whenever we discuss about this particular post-fertilization events in animals, whenever we discuss this particular post-fertilization event in case of that particular plants, in plants, so what has happened that after fertilization, after pollination, suppose that this one is nothing but the gynoecium, so this one is nothing but the stigma, this is nothing but the ovary, inside that particular ovary, this one is nothing but the style. There should be a fall down of that particular pollen grains. So these all are nothing but the pollen grains. The pollen grain, they may going to be germinate, and they transport their 2 male gametes, non-motile male gamete, inside that particular ovary. Then after that, this particular male gamete get enter inside the ovule, and inside that particular ovule, the first male gamete get fused with that egg, that is called as a syngamy, and the second male gamete that we are going to fuse to the secondary nucleus, that may going to produce the endosperm. In case of angiosperm, such a type of that particular double fertilization phenomenon get observed. But whatever it may be the phenomenon is there, the first fertilization have been carried out, and that is called as syngamy, and after that particular syngamy, zygote produces, which is diploid one, and zygote get converted into an embryo by the cell differentiation and cell division. And in case of that particular plants, what has happened that after fertilization, all floral parts like sepals, petals and stamens fall, and ovary enlarges in size and converts into fruit, and inside that particular fruit there should be a presence of seeds. The seeds are nothing but the matured ovules, and inside that ovule there should be a presence of embryo, which is diploid. So here is that in this particular type of the sexual reproduction, in that the third step, that is nothing but the post fertilization events. After fertilization, the embryogenesis have been carried out. The embryogenesis which may going to be taken place outside that particular body or inside that particular body, there are two, those organisms which gives their young ones and those organisms which lay their eggs. Then the post fertilization events have been carried out that in some of that particular organisms, without fertilization there should be a formation of new individual. That process is called as parthenogenesis. And in case of that particular plants, after fertilization, whatever it may be the product of this particular fertilization, that is nothing but the zygote get converted into an embryo, and this particular embryo get produced inside that particular ovule. Ovule get converted into seed and ovary get converted into fruit, and in this way there should be a formation of fruits and seed, and in this way we are going to complete this particular sexual reproduction. Thank you.